Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your mid-June 2025 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I have been kind of like a little rusty on my tarot because I haven't been doing it lately. I've had last couple of months have been different things have been dominating my attention. One of the big ones was migrating my website, and then I decided that where I migrated to didn't have all the features I was looking for. So I brought it back, and to my former site. And then I was in limbo some of that time when my site was down. And so I haven't been making videos. And, I was even designing my site and getting caught up in that and my other site. And oh gosh. So it's good to be back. And for those of you who don't know, I do have a second channel that I have started but not done much on. I might just kind of dip my toe in the next couple of weeks and do daily tarot readings for anybody who may feel called to watch, just to kind of get into the flow of that channel. It's called Tarot Alchemy by Raina Moon. I had to pause because I changed it. I had so many different names, but I think that was the last one that I stuck with. It's pretty that's pretty wild that I had to pause like that. But yeah, so I'm still trying to think. I might just have like love tarot or something like that and do kind of relationship type of things. We'll see. I don't want to ever be cheesy with my videos. Where it's just like sometimes when I see those tarot readings, it's like it feels not very authentic because sometimes, or maybe it is authentic to that person, but I want to be more concerned with wisdom than just the drama, I guess I would say. Okay, so anyway, I have a rule that if I pick 3 cards, and I didn't, so I'm going to keep those. I'm just picking an additional card. I don't usually end with reverse cards. Okay, so let's look at the central theme here. This is the Fool. This is the first card of the Major Arcana, 0 point. And, this is a month where you're going to have your solar return, Cancer. And even the new moon is at an early degree of Cancer. I believe it's 4 degrees. So there is a fresh energy in June, not in this half, because this is the first half, but this is at the midpoint, which is right before the summer solstice when the sun goes into your sign. So it is, I would say it's valid in that sense. And that's such an energizing period as well. So what is it that feels like a new adventure for you? And it could even be like job related. I'm not talking about an adventure traveling or something. It could be that you want to go into a new field. And it's like what came into my mind is reinventing yourself. Oh, and Jupiter is in your sign, so maybe that's where that expansive energy is coming from. And it just went into your sign. So I picked this reversed. In the upright position, the Ace of Swords is about having clarity of thought and being able to move forward because of that clarity of thought. But it's reversed, so it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be opposing that. There's something in your life recently that maybe you had wanted to do, but you couldn't execute it because it was half formed, maybe. Or maybe it was kind of hazy because you had this oh, oh my God. Oh my God. This is the card. Oh no, I thought this was the seven of cups. So I was thinking, oh my God, that's exactly what that means. No, so what that means is that there's something that you want to initiate, and this is something that recently happened. It might not be currently, but it's kind of still affecting you, because we have the ace and we have the fool, and these are two cards that are about new beginnings. But because it's retrograding, I said retrograding, I meant reversed. It hasn't been able to kind of um, really take root. And I wonder if it maybe this goes back to when Mars was retrograding in your sign, Cancer. And maybe you wanted something new, and maybe this was in March, for instance, um, or something along those lines. And you really wanted it to happen, but you had to wait. You might have tried to launch it and it didn't work, but it doesn't mean that it can't work. Also, you may be in denial about something. I really see the Ace of Swords reversed as somebody not seeing the truth about something. The higher message, what Spirit wants you to know, is that the Three of Cups can represent drinking problems, and related, we could say related, but drinking, it's funny, people who are problem drinkers, this is a card of like socializing, so it tends to go along with that. The drinking bone is connected to the party bone or social bone. The person who likes to go out to the bars or whatever, that kind of person tends to be an extroverted person. Maybe you're married to an extrovert and you are the homebody, the typical Cancer. And you're trying to make that person into another you, and maybe they're just not that type of person. And certainly, if somebody marries somebody who is a party animal, and then they think that once they get married, they're going to change, that's on you if that's what you did. And this is why, in Alcoholics Anonymous, they have Al-Anon, for the spouse, because you need to learn how to disengage and detach from somebody else's problem. This can also, to me, be being unfaithful. Now, this is just a card of socializing and celebration. I just want to make that clear. This is not like some card of addiction necessarily, but what I see with that card is that somebody's companions may not be the best for them, and therefore they are influencing their behavior, and that affects you. Okay. What's coming in? Again, this is reversed, so I'm going to hold it upright. The Death card. This is the card of Scorpio. And yet it's reversed. Now, in the upright position, this can be understanding that a situation is not going to work out, that it is dead in the water. Like if you are someone who has been married a long time and you're a long-suffering spouse, and you're hoping that something will magically change, that's going to keep you in this limbo, the state of limbo. So keep that in mind. Understanding when something is over is really important. It's as important as understanding when you love someone, that you really love them. And yet, what happens? Most people, they are in denial, and therefore they never are able to truly you know, either separate from a person who is not giving them what they need in a relationship, or they're not able to commit to someone who is giving them something, but they are still hanging on to the past, and that is interfering with their ability to heal and make good choices going forward. So the outcome card I got again in a reversed Page of Pentacles upright can be that you are in some kind of stage of talking. There's pages, messages, and I feel like I also want to give a message to anyone who is in a workplace situation, because I feel like you want to change maybe professions, or if you like the kind of work that you do but you don't like who you work for, you want to change your employer, but you're not something is keep blocking your ability to think straight about it. And also the people around you may be gaslighting you in some way. Maybe you trust your coworkers and they are actually not to be trusted. I don't like saying things like that, because I believe in trusting people and stuff like that, but sometimes it is what it is. And so it's making it hard for you to have that clarity of thought. And so this is just increasing this, because pentacles are connected to practical matters a lot of times, like in the upright position, this could be the student, but you may be like turned off to that. I don't want to go back to school to get that training because I already had these negative experiences. Screw that. I don't want to do that. But in terms of love, this might be a negative connection with somebody who's an earth sign. So that would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Capricorn is your opposite sign. And usually you will get along with these people, but that is not the case 100% of the time. Trust me. My parents were, one was a Cancer and one was a Taurus, and that's supposed to be a great match. Didn't work out. Doesn't always work out. Maybe on paper, and that's it. So I picked a clarification card, and I got the Six of Swords. This is about choosing peace over chaos, choosing peace over drama. And it's not to say that a Cancer person is like into drama, but the truth is sometimes, and this is for any sign, but Cancer is a water sign, so sometimes your imprinting from your childhood was more on the chaotic side, where there was a lot of drama at home, and you may have found that you have a lot of emotional stability from your parents, caregivers, whoever, and that is something that we need to have to be able to know how to regulate ourselves emotionally. And so it's important not to blame yourself if this is a pattern that you have found yourself in. The key is to break that pattern, heal that ancestral karma, and move forward. And especially if you have children yourself, so that you can model to them what it's like to be emotionally healthy and self-regulated. All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private astrological reading, tarot reading, or even both, you can check the link below to see my online store. Have a great next week. Take care. Bye.